Hopefully this will be a quick tutorial on how to send a club email to all of its members or selected contacts. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you need to go to the website and log in. That you're going to need to log in order to access the admin area, which is where the emails are sent. Everybody that is going to be watching this should be on the admin list and have the ability to do any of this that I'm getting ready to tell you. If anybody finds that they can't do anything, let me know, and I can check the permissions to make sure they haven't screwed up somehow. So the first thing you're going to want to do, as I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, is log in to the website. You put your email and password, confirm you're not a robot. Then you should be on the website. I've had it come up a couple of different ways, but this is usually the way it comes up. It usually comes up on the website, which leaves me at the top right, there's an admin view button that you need to select to go to admin. I have had it come up and actually already put me in the admin area, which I'm assuming it has to do with what I was doing when I logged out. So anyway, the first thing you want to do is you want to select the admin. Usually it's going to bring you to this where it says dashboard right here. Might bring you to the last thing you were doing, but this is where I most commonly see. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a bunch of menu items, and these are the different areas that you can go to. Then along the top, you're going to see the tabs that are associated with which menu item you have selected. So you can see here account, I've got a dashboard, I've got billing, organization, referrals. So in order to send an email, that's under the communications menu item. So we're going to go down to communications and we're going to hit select communications. Text messaging we're not doing because there's a fee per text that we send out, and I assume that we really don't think it's that important to pay more to send out texts. So once I'm in the communications menu item, along the top there's email templates, and email log. First thing I want to do is I want to look at the email templates. So select that. Along the top, you're going to see 3 custom templates that I kind of created at some point just to quickly be able to put out an email. There are a bunch of other templates down here you can use. You can use any of them you want, and you can also replace any of the widgets or images or anything like that you want. But if somebody wanted to send out a Christmas email, you could certainly pick the Christmas template and go from there. For right now, I'm just going to focus on these 3. I've got one here that's an e-newsletter template. And I created that when Kevin, he was sending me just kind of in text format information to kind of put out as like his the minutes from the meetings and things like that. And once a month or once a quarter, he would send out basically just some general information that he wanted to share. So what I've got here is it's a template that has some images in it, kind of broken into roughly sections, like club news, and then there's text here that you would be expected to replace with whatever text you wanted to. Upcoming events, same thing in text format or bullet format, whatever you wanted. The events that are upcoming, and then usually a wrap up. In Kevin's case, it was usually some smart aleck comment that he wanted to include. So we also have, that's it for that template. So we also have, there's 2 here. There's a standard club message and a standard club message with a link. All that with a link is I've added a button that you can link to whatever you want, a website, you can, a file, anything that you want to put onto the actual link. Right now, the standard club message is just that. It has a logo at the top. It has a place where you replace it with the title and then the text of your message. So you'll also at any point be able to add information, like if you wanted to add buttons, pictures, things like that, you have the ability to do that. Not within the email template tab, but that's actually when you go to send an email. I don't really think there's much reason to show this one. I'll just click on it real quickly. It's basically the same thing, except I have a button right here. And that button you'll be able to add to a link. It's nothing you can't add in the standard email message. It just happens to already be there. So anyway, let's go in and just create an email. And we'll go through how to do that and send it out. So select the email tab. Where it says no emails, sometimes you'll see a bunch of like drafts. I don't really like the way that they do it, because if at any point you're creating an email and you kind of back out, it leaves a draft behind and we end up with 100 draft emails. There's no question to say, hey, do you want to save this as a draft? It just does it. So anyway, right now I have them all deleted, but sometimes you might see a list of them here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit Compose Email. It's going to ask you to select a template. There's 3 little tabs up here, that one's saved, themed, and basic. The saved are the custom ones that I created. There's theme ones you can choose from. There's that Merry Christmas one. And then there's basic, which is basically just selecting a format. You know, you could have basically just 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, a sidebar on the left or a sidebar on the right. Right now, let's go to saved. I'm going to select standard club message. That's going to bring up the template that you're ready to edit. So this is actually what you're going to edit. It has always has a logo at the top. If you don't want that, you can change it. If I select that area, on the right-hand side here, you can see where it kind of gives you the properties for that particular widget or gadget, they call them. So that's an image gadget. You can replace the image. You can make the image bigger. You could change the left, you can change it to the right side, left side, or center. If you want to have a link when you click on that picture, there's an insert link. You can click on that, put a website or URL, or link it to a different page or an event on the site. Here, this was kind of expected for you to be the title for your message, just a general heading. And then down here was basically just the text you wanted to send out to the club. If you want to add anything like an image or a button to it, over on the left-hand side, you're going to see a section called Gadgets. And there's just some basic ones in the email tool. You can add another text area. You can add an image area, a button. You can add another divider, which is one of these blue lines up here. Social media buttons. You could add custom HTML if you really wanted to do that. The way you add the gadget is you just select, I'm going to select an image here, and then I'm going to drag it, and you're going to see that the blue line with the little 2 arrows pointing in, that's going to show you where it's going to go. So I'm going to put it right below the text. And now I have a gadget in here that's going to allow me to put an image. If I want to insert the image, you just select Insert Image and that button. It's going to bring you up to the media browser. By default, it comes to the area that we've downloaded or uploaded all of the pictures that I've put on the website for these kinds of things. You can select something that's already there, or if you want to put something that custom that's not up on the website yet, you got to go through a process of putting it up on the website. It's very simple. Over on the right-hand side of the media browser, there's a Browse button. You click on that. It's going to bring up, it's going to look different if you're running Windows, by the way, but you basically get the idea. You're going to navigate to the file that you want to put up. And I'm just going to find something that I can put up there. So I'm going to put this scuba diver image, which is just a silhouette. Select the file you want to put up. Hit open. You'll see it spinning. It's actually putting the image up there. Once again, I don't really care for the way they do this. You could insert the image. It's actually inserted it onto the system, and it's ready for you to hit this green insert button down at the bottom. But if you notice, it doesn't show up here. And that's because it automatically sorts. It doesn't refresh the sort. Well, actually it does, but it's doing it from A to Z format, which I want the newest ones I've just added. So if you select on the button there to expand the menu, you can go down and select by date, new to old. Once you do that, you'll see the image that I just uploaded. It's highlighted in green. If I select something else, it turns green. But I can, just to verify that it is selected, now I hit insert. Once I insert, it's actually going to put it into that image area there. You can change some basic settings for that image, like the size of it. I mean, I could make it bigger if I wanted to. I'll do it 500. That makes it a little bit bigger, or you could make it a little smaller. Makes it tiny. You could insert a link for that image, so if I select the image, it's going to go to that link. Right now, I'm not going to send out an image, but I'm going to hit the trash can to get rid of it. It's going to, do I want to delete that gadget? Say yes. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to send out a test email. I'm going to replace the text email. So that's going to be the heading. I'm going to go down and select the text that you want to send to some message to the members. If you want to attach a file, up here at top you'll see there's some formatting buttons where you can change the color of text, size of text. You're basically the same kind of things you see in any text editor. Including bulleted items, left justify, right justify, center. You can create a link if you want to. You can create a file. You can add a file. If I collect that, it's basically going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to select something that I already have up here in PDF format. But if you wanted to add your own, you would just hit that browse button and navigate to the file, and then hit insert. So now it's put a link to that file on my email. There's macros that you can use, which will basically automatically put information into each member it sends out. You could customize the email and say dear, and you could say first name, and it would say to each member, it would customize that particular email with their first name to it. I don't tend to bother with that too much. So once I've got that done, I'm just going to use this as my email that we're going to try to send out. Along the top, you can see we're in the Design tab. That's number 2. You want to slide over one and select Preview, and that's going to give you a preview of what it looks like. There's what it looks like on the desktop and what it's going to look like in mobile. So you can look at that. There's also Send a Test. So if I select that, it's automatically sending the test message to me because I'm logged in as on my account. It's going to send it to whatever account you're logged into. So once you're happy with the way it looks in the preview, now you have to go over to the Recipients tab, and that's where you're going to select who's going to get the email, and you're going to put in a subject. So for subject, I'm going to put test email. Now to choose who you're going to send it to, there's a contact. That's for a single contact. And then there's a contact list. That's if you're going to select a group of members from the contact list. The most likely thing you're going to do is you're going to select a contact list. So you're going to select that. It's going to bring up a window, and it's going to add or bring up a menu that you can select all contacts or all members. Contacts are anybody that's a contact for the club. They aren't necessarily members, whereas members are the members. So if we want to send out a club message to just the members, you select that, and that's going to add all members to it. You add your selection, and it's now recipients all. It's added all members. So now you have who you're going to send it to. You have a subject, and you've put in the information you're going to send out. The 5th tab is Review and Send. So now you're going to get to this. Just your final chance to look at it, make sure that it looks like you expect it to. The recipients, you can see it's going to 85 member accounts, and it gives you the subject, and tracking is enabled, which I can show you that later. So once you're ready, you hit this send. I'm not going to hit send because if I do, it's going to go out to everybody. So that's basically how you would send an email. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. If they have any other questions, let me know, and I'll try to clear it up for you.